Yo guys, welcome back to a brand new video. If you saw the last one, you'll know that I got gassed out. I died to the fog at Falador in the 1v1s, and yeah, it was a pretty sour end to what had been a very good tournament for me. A really fun week of RuneScape, but at the same time, it was probably 100 hours of playtime, if not more, probably 120 throughout the whole week. So yeah, I kind of needed a little bit of a break from playing RS after that, which meant that I didn't really hop into the seasonal straight away or really play much RuneScape at all for the start of this week. I don't know how people play this game so much. When I see people doing those EHP competitions and stuff, how do they not get burned out of the game after playing 100 hours a week? It's insane. But anyway, I decided I'd hop onto seasonal on Wednesday night and try and get myself an account built really quickly. It's quite easy now with swapping and 15 times XP. You can catch up. It's not too bad. It's definitely better than it used to be. I didn't really think I'd make any videos to do with seasonal, so I wasn't really recording commentary, but I figured I may as well record myself when I was PKing. So yeah, this might be a bit of a weird video. I've got some huge news to discuss later on in the video as well. So stay tuned for that one. This video is probably going to be quite discussion based because I would love to get some feedback. I'm being invited down by Jagex to talk about Deadman mode, to talk about PvP or RuneScape in general. And that's in a few days. It's on Monday and Tuesday. And it would be nice to see everybody again and talk about the future of the game. Anyway, for now, I'll leave you with some of the video. I did actually get some pretty interesting clips from this seasonal. I wasn't in the mindset to be making videos, let's just say that. Anyway, enjoy the clips. No way, no way. I just got a whip off a swamp crab with 50 range. I'm not even trolling. No, I'm not even joking. It's like the universe wanted me to play this Deadman mode seasonal. I swapped over about a mil to train my stats up, and I got a whip, which I think sold for 1.1 mil in the end, so money is mine. So I decided to make myself a range magic build. This means that I can TB people, outlast them, and it's just overall easy to create. I'm not gonna lie, I could not be arsed grinding out for defenders. I didn't even know how seriously I was going to play this. I was probably just going to play with a bunch of friends, which is what I ended up doing for the few days that I was playing. I feel like doing melee is so much more of a burden. You get your VLS, you've got to get your defender, you've got to get piety, you've got to get all these things, then you get less inventory spots to PK with. And range mage is fun. You can TV people, you have more kill chance on them if they're skulled. And it just takes me back to what I used to do in the old seasonal, like season 1, 2, 3, those sort of times. Throwback to PK in Eastern Varric with the ice splits.
Living in New Orleans, she came in from Texas. Every local show I put her name on the guest list, but I don't never see her. I've came to expect this. She would rather chill at the crib watching Netflix.
So this guy actually teleported into Cami and skulled up on me. I was already skulled, so this gave him a 5-minute skull. Maybe he thought he could have made it to the safe zone in time, but in the end, I ended up winning this fight. The range mage build coming in. The outlast. I was ready to TB him if he tried to entangle me, but not. He didn't really go for it. And the boys formed a train around my fight. This one was a SoloMission, even though I'm PKing with a team this season. Right, let's check his bank key. 131k plus that all sells, and he dropped Mystic and stuff, so that is actually a decent PK.
Not trying to sound pretentious, but most girls would say she sounds senseless.
And that's why you kill everyone. You never know who's got a cheeky DSIM stored in their inventory. This was actually a really interesting situation. We were on either a team or a group of friends or something at Camelot, and one of them was getting really low and they had a VLS on them. And we could tell that they were going to drop their VLS because their friend kept standing underneath them, which meant that they were probably going to drop it so they could pick it up. And if you didn't know, in PvP, items appear instantly. So I was trying to constantly attack the friend while some of us were trying to loot the VLS. And yeah, we ended up getting it. He dropped his VLS on the floor. You can see it there. I didn't see it at the time, so I didn't think we'd actually got it. But what's even more ridiculous about this is that the guy that dropped the VLS ended up actually escaping by freezing and teleporting. So essentially just dropped us a VLS for free. So I guess that's kind of karma for trying to drop over your items. Anyway, I thought I'd include this because it's a pretty interesting situation. Another weird one here. This guy is out of food, he's skulled, he runs into the bank on 4 HP, and then he steps out of the bank, he becomes unskulled, and then he just runs back into the bank safely. Well, safely until... for the rest of the season, I was just mainly PKing with my team. And I know what people are about to be like, oh, Clanman mood, so sad, Clanman mood. And yeah, obviously PKing is a bit easier when you're PKing as part of a squad. But at the same time, I would never have even logged into seasonal if I wasn't in a team. It just made PKing a bit more fun, like you're always having a laugh. There's more people to scout kills, you don't have to look around the world for 2 hours at a time finding nobody. And yeah, it's just more enjoyable than solo PKing. And at the end of the day, it's an MMO, it's made for multiple people. Teaming up with people will always give you an advantage. as long as it's still possible for solo people to compete solo if they want to, which with the updates of Deadman mode in the past, it completely is. So yeah, shout out to the boys in Blazers this week. That sounds kind of weird. But yeah, for the short time I was PKing the seasonal, I did really enjoy it. So that leads me on to the rest of this video. For the rest of this video, I'm just going to talk over my PKing clips from the seasonal, just the multi-combat ones and stuff like that. Ones which the people don't really care as much about, and tell you about the huge news I alluded to earlier in the video. And it is huge. Like I said at the start, I died in the 1v1s. I died from Falador. I got gassed in the last tournament, and it was a disaster. Last tournament was a complete mess up. Everyone from Falador died. People were getting healed during their 1v1s and stuff. It was just not good. However, yesterday, Jagex actually released a new news post saying this: Deadman Spring Finals rerun and Summer Finals. Yep, there's going to be a rerun of the Spring Finals. However, the people that got paid out from the Spring Finals last weekend, they will still get paid. So my team will still receive a split of 11k. Fools will still take home their 21k. However, they're going to do it all again, but this time they're going to get everybody from the top 256 that would have been in the 1v1s. And guess what? That includes your boy Clanman Mission over here, which is unbelievable. I am so happy they are doing this. Last tournament I grinded my ass off to get max stats and pretty much max gear. The only thing I need in my current setup is a VLS, and then I have max stuff. So if I manage to PK somebody for a VLS in the 1 versus 1 bracket, I genuinely believe I have a decent chance at winning, because I've gone Venge tank build, I've done a decent amount of practice, and the winner from last weekend was a Vengeance tank. So yeah, with the right RNG, who knows what could happen. I could go far, we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, the finer details. Jagex have managed to find a backup or something. They're able to go back and get everybody's stats. Everyone will have their stats, everyone will have their gear, everyone will have the quest they had completed during the tournament, meaning I'll get Piety, which I'll have an advantage on most of my opponents that aren't in full Blazers. And essentially, they'll reconstruct the 1v1s the way it was supposed to be originally. I actually think this is the best possible outcome we could have asked for as players. Last video I was calling for compensation for the people affected by the one-hit fog. And yeah, we could have really asked for more. We're getting exactly what we would have had before. I mean, I won't be playing on stage. I won't be lifting the trophy live on stage. Right, I'm getting carried away. But yeah, from what I've read, I think they're going to have a slightly smaller scale production so that they can invest the money back into the prize pool. And they haven't actually released a date for this, but I would imagine it's not too far away, because in my opinion, realistically, they've got to host it fairly soon, because otherwise people are going to forget what everyone had. They're going to forget the Piety stuff, all that sort of thing. But anyway, yeah, I am absolutely gassed for this. However, with all good news, there is also some bad news. If I scroll down here, and you see here, the Deadman Summer Finals will be the last Deadman event of its current format, meaning that they're going to suspend Deadman mode after this summer, which actually means that this is the last season of Deadman mode. For now. And we don't know. It could never come back. So if you guys want to hop into the season, this is the season to do it, because seasonals might never return. And as this video goes live, you get 6-hour immunity. So you can hop in, you can qualify for the tournament if you want to do that, because the summer tournament is going to be the last one ever. This kind of makes me sad because, honestly, the Devil Mode tournament, I've said it before, I'll say it again, is one of the most fun times in RuneScape for me. Nothing makes me play this game for like 100 hours a week other than Deadman Mode tournament. I love competing on a fresh economy, all from scratch, all leading up to this PvP extravaganza at the end. The hype is real. You get to follow everybody else, what they're doing. Everyone does different strategies, all that sort of stuff. But at the same time, I understand that they've iterated Deadman quite a few times now. I think this is the 13th or 14th version of the season/tournament. So it was inevitable at some point it would come to an end. Or maybe not an end, it's been suspended for the time being until they can come up with a better format. So what they say at the bottom is, we want to reiterate that this is not us cancelling Deadman. It's an opportunity for us to work closer with you to determine what you want from PvP and competitive gaming. Working groups of players and influencers are already underway. And I've got good news for you guys. I'm actually one of the influencers which has been invited down to Jagex headquarters on Monday and Tuesday next week to discuss everything Deadman mode, to discuss PvP, to discuss the competitive gaming scene in general. So if you guys have any good ideas, I'll be reading all the comments on this video. If you've got ideas about PvP, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be changed in Deadman mode to make it worthwhile playing again, or an entire new game mode just like Deadman, or a different competitive tournament format. I think Worldy Wars, Deadman's been there, there's been All-Stars, there's been a PvP championship before. As sad as I am to see Deadman mode come to an end for the time being, It also does open up a world of opportunity. I can't imagine Jagex are just going to stop trying to be an esport. Hopefully this is the catalyst for a bigger change and we'll see PvP get taken to another level. I'd also love to see PVM tournaments, skilling tournaments. King of the Skill was great in my opinion. But obviously the front runner for competitive gaming will always be PvP. By subscribing and liking and all that stuff, you guys have put me in this position where I'm able to go to Jagex and help them decide on the future of the game along with other content creators. So you guys should comment because I'll definitely be reading all that. Anyway, this has turned into a little bit of a ramble at the end. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I'll be making more seasonal videos or I'll be getting back to my pure Ironman and my main Ironman. Once I get back from Cambridge on Wednesday, I'll see what's up with the seasonal and decide whether I want to continue or not. But regardless, if you made it this far, don't forget to smash that like button. Probably there's no one listening by this point. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video.